Hey sis, why did you run away as soon as you saw my face? It's been 3 years since we last met, you know. Of course I'll run away. I never wanted to see your face again. I can't believe our reunion after all these years is in a hospital. By the way, sis, your belly is something else. What did you eat to make your belly look that ugly? I didn't even recognize you at first with that unexpected chubbiness. Huh? I can't believe you'd walk around with such an ugly chubby belly. You're like a different person from 3 years ago. Even thinking back, I can't help but laugh at that flabby belly. Are you kidding me? To think you'd see my belly and find it funny. Oh, could it be stress eating? 3 years ago, you lost Tom. And you binged and ate recklessly because of the shock of being dumped. Oh, my sweet sister, your mental state seems really fragile. Huh? That's why you're in the hospital, huh? It's a general hospital, so it has all kinds of departments. You're receiving mental therapy, right? You're mistaken. Don't make up story on your own. There's no point in lying. It's obvious when I see that ugly belly of yours. Such a belly can only be from stress eating. Being dumped and falling ill, that must be tough. It's quite different from my happy marriage life and my good health. Oh, so you're still with Tom? Then why were you in the hospital? If you're so healthy, you shouldn't be anywhere near a hospital. Don't you get it? Where do healthy young women like I would go? It's obviously the obstetrics and gynecology department. Huh? Do you mean you're pregnant? You might end up stress eating again, even though you got dumped because of infertility. I see you and Tom are doing quite well then. You took my husband, got married, and even managed to get pregnant. It's complicated, but for now, congratulations. Tom always wanted children, so he must be thrilled. Of course! So sis, keep up with your mental therapy. A woman who's overweight, infertile, and seeing a psychiatrist won't even find a remarriage partner. That's none of your business. Then please never contact me again. I consider us estranged 3 years ago. In the future, don't even think about talking to me if you happen to see me by chance, okay? Sophia, good job on your hospital checkup today. Did you make it home safely? Maybe I should have driven you back. No, I'm sure a popular obstetrician like you doesn't have that kind of time. But thanks for your thorough examination, both as my husband and as a doctor. I made it home safely, so don't worry. I got scolded by the nurse afterwards though. They said I took too many ultrasound photos just because you're my wife. I surprised myself with how excited I was. Then let's take fewer photos at the next checkup. Oh, Max, can we use the back entrance for checkups next time? I remember you gave permission to some patients for that, right? I did give permission, but it's only for certain special patients. It's mainly for patients who have difficulty coming in for various reasons, or those trying to avoid mother-in-law problems during examinations. I've also found it a bit difficult to come for checkups. So, could you give me permission too? Huh? Is something wrong? Well, there's actually a patient I don't want to see. I ran into my sister at the hospital just a little while ago. Your sister? You mean the one who stole your ex-husband from you? Even though you've cut ties, you run into her at our hospital. It seems my sister is also here for pregnancy checkups, but unfortunately, she hasn't noticed that I'm pregnant yet. I don't really want to correct her, and I just don't want to see her again. So, could I use the back entrance too? If that's the case, I'll give you permission. But I'll have to share the reason with the hospital staff. The nurses will know about your encounter with your sister. Is that okay? Yes, that's perfectly fine. I'm sorry for telling you something that's hard to talk about at work, Max. Discussing your wife at the workplace. I'm fine with it, so don't worry. I'll go and share it with the hospital staff right away. Thank you. Please say hello to the nurses as well. Hey there, sister. Are you still indulging in your eating spree today? Have you gained even more weight? What do you want this time? I told you not to contact me again. It's okay to contact you sometimes, right? I want you to send me a photo of that ugly belly of yours. Huh? My belly? When I told Tom about you, he burst out laughing. He's been bugging me to show him your chubby self. So take a selfie of it right now and send it to me. You two are just the worst people I know. How can you do this to me? What? You know, being laughed at for being chubby is a classic. If it bothers you, try losing some weight. Although it might be impossible for you with your mental breakdown from that affair. What? It's been 3 years since that affair, you know. It's about time to move on with your life. You won't find anyone like that, you know. I don't need to hear that from you. Especially from the person who stole Tom from me. It's about time to move on with my life? You have no right to say something like that to me. Oh, wow. I was just being worried about you. Tom is sitting next to me and he's also very concerned about you. Shut up. I still hate you both. Blaming me every day for not being able to have children, and then having an affair with my own sister and kicking me out? I don't want your concern. Oh, really? Well, if you're going to say that, then never mind. I won't bother worrying about you anymore, so go ahead and get even fatter. With how chubby you are, people might mistake you for a pregnant woman, even though you're infertile. What? You're infertile, but you want to look pregnant, right? Is that why you're intentionally getting fat? Experiencing pregnancy vibes? Want to feel like you're pregnant even just emotionally? It's pathetic and hilarious. This is not funny at all. You've been saying whatever you want. I don't want to have anything to do with you anymore. Please don't contact me again. Then send a selfie right now. Of that pathetic, ugly belly of yours. I promise I won't contact you again. What? Gosh, I can't help but laugh at you, sis. Stress-induced weight gain after infertility is just too funny. Even looking pregnant, that is only fat in there. There's a baby in this belly. Huh? Actually, I didn't want to tell you, but I can't stand it anymore. There's a precious baby in this belly. So don't ever call me belly ugly again. What are you saying? You can't possibly be pregnant, right? Are you that bad mentally? Huh? Or is it just some phantom pregnancy thing? Wow, the power of delusion is incredible. I'm sorry, but my mental state is perfectly fine. There really is a baby in this belly. Turns out, I might not have been infertile after all. I got pregnant as soon as I remarried my current husband a year ago. Huh? Remarried your current husband? What? You do know that getting pregnant isn't something you can do alone, right? Actually, I remarried a while ago. You've got to be kidding. You got remarried? And you're pregnant? Seriously? I was at the hospital for the same reason as you, Lara. I'm going to the hospital as a pregnant woman. No way! But you could never get a baby. And that's why Tom dumped you. You guys have been so long since you're married and have no children. There is no way you can be pregnant. I'm not sure why, honestly. I really don't know. What? Could you tell Tom, who's right next to you, that thank God I didn't get pregnant with him, who treated me as a useless person only because I couldn't get pregnant. I'm so happy that I have a baby with my current husband. No, there is no way this is true. You? Getting married and getting pregnant right away? Then why can't I get pregnant? What? I thought you were pregnant, Laura. Oh, shit. Did the hospital have separate location for obstetrics and gynecology? Pregnant women go to a different floor, right? But you weren't there on the same floor. We had our appointments on the same day and at the same time. No, that's not it. I was in the restroom the whole time. I didn't notice until it was time to leave. I think the location for infertility treatments were different too. What? For the sake of patient privacy, the infertility treatment rooms were in a different area. I think that was on the second floor. Laura, we met on the second floor when I was using the stairs. Oh, was that it? Could it be that you're just misunderstanding things? Or maybe you're lying about the pregnancy? Are you in treatment? Shut up! Don't make baseless assumption about me. Don't get carried away just because you got remarried and got pregnant. What? I'm not doing anything special anyways. I'm just going there as a precaution. Please don't treat me like I'm infertile. I'm not like you. Why are you suddenly getting so angry? Don't act all high and mighty just because you're pregnant. If I really put my mind to it, I could get pregnant easily. I'm younger than you, and I could definitely get pregnant with Tom. So don't think you're something special. So then why are you even going to the hospital? You're annoying. I can't stand it, so never contact me again. Hey, Sophia. Is Laura your sister? I just want to make certain before I share it with the hospital. Yeah, that's her. Her spouse is a guy named Tom. She's going to the hospital for fertility treatment, right? Yeah, and she's a pretty problematic patient. I didn't think that patient was your sister. What? Is Laura causing trouble at the hospital? Every time she comes in for a checkup, she's pissed off that it's the hospital's fault she can't get pregnant. She even rubbed me by the chest once. What? She's been going to the hospital for 2 years now, and I can understand her impatience. But her husband hasn't been very cooperative either. He keeps on saying things like, "There's no need for any medical treatment," or "My wife should be able to get pregnant naturally, so do something to make it so." I'm so sorry about my sister and her husband. That's not something you should be apologizing for, Sophia. Anyway, now that I've got the confirmation, I'll put you on the list. I'll give you a special pass for the back door later. Thanks, Max. Sis, please! I want you to give me the baby when it's born. I thought you said you'd never contact me again. And what in the world are you talking about? I have no other choice. I'm going to get kicked out of this house if I don't do something about it. What? That's why I want you to give me your baby. I'll pretend that I'm actually pregnant and the doctors didn't even know it. I'll persuade Tom with that, so please give your baby to me. This is so crazy. I don't understand what you're talking about. You have to explain to me what's going on. I'm telling you, I have no other choice. Actually, it's all a lie that I'm pregnant. In fact, I can't get pregnant at all and Tom and my mother-in-law are blaming me. If I don't get pregnant by the end of this year, I'm getting a divorce. That's what he told me just now. Oh my god, you're repeating my mistake. And you know what? He said he won't pay me alimony if we get divorced. He's going to leave me penniless. What? Sis, you got a lot of money from Tom when you got divorced, didn't you? That's why he won't give it to me because his savings have gone down quite a bit. He said it's my fault since I couldn't get pregnant. Come to think of it, Tom was very generous at the time of the divorce. He said he'd give me as much as he could if he could get a divorce quickly. He was so excited because he could marry you. He gave me a total of $100,000 for the property and fee for the affair. I thought I would be happy if I married Tom. He works for a big company and has money. I thought that as long as I had a baby, I could be a housewife. It's terrible that it turned out like this. You were so confident about this. You even said, "Don't worry, I'll have his baby instead of you, sis." I'm trying so hard too. So why should I be the one to be blamed? And if we're getting divorced, I want him to pay me alimony too. Why should I be the only one who has to leave the house penniless? My parents insulated me because of you. Don't blame it on me. I think it's normal since you stole my husband. I think Mom and Dad made the right decision. Please, sis, help me. I have nowhere to go. I can't get a divorce. If I don't get a child somehow, my life will be over. That doesn't mean you should go after my child. I won't give up the baby I'm carrying. Don't be so cold. If you can get pregnant once, you can get pregnant again soon. So there should be no problem if you give me at least one child. Don't be silly. Don't treat my precious child like an object. This is the child I've always wanted. Even though Tom blames me, even though you make fun of me, I have lived my whole life without losing hope. I remarried my current husband and our baby became my treasure. I would never give up such a child to you people. But then I'll be divorced, and what if I had to go through all that? I might even end up homeless, you know? Whether you end up penniless or homeless, I don't care. I'd rather you fall to the ground. What? You should be sorry for all the horrible things you've said and done to me. You're pathetic and miserable. Well then, I'm done. I'm blocking you now, so no matter how many times you contact me, I wouldn't know. Don't ever appear in front of me again. After that, my husband told me, Lara and her husband came to see him as a couple for the first time in a long time. However, Tom said, I didn't hear that you're examining me too. Are you trying to say that I'm the cause of the problem? And Tom even tried to hit Laura and the doctor, and were taken out of the hospital by the guards. In the end, they managed to get the test done. To his surprise, it was discovered that the cause of infertility was Tom. Then he stormed into the hospital saying, "I can't accept these results," and started a big riot in the hospital. Finally, the two were banned from the hospital. I am wondering what will happen to them in the future, but it is none of my business. At any rate, I am glad that I will be able to go to the hospital in peace from now on.